Hey everybody, it's Daniel here from Mobile Syrup, and today we're looking at the new release of Twitter 2.0 for Windows Phone. And this is a brand new design, brings it kind of up to scratch with the rest of the Twitter ecosystem, and you can see that it looks pretty similar. It does retain a little bit of the Metro styling that we're used to from Windows Phone apps, but you can see down here the flat iconography with the 3-button menu, brings it up there. And you can also see a couple interesting visual stylings. The buttons at the top are oversized, and it doesn't make sense why this area takes up so much space. You can see if you compare it to any other app, which I'll do in a sec, there's just no need for this wasted space. Now obviously it's partially because of the menu here, which you can bring down with a tap, so you can see all your connectivity. And then if you have multiple accounts, next to the Twitter bird, it'll show you which account you're on. But these buttons here are just enormous, and it takes up a lot of screen real estate, especially on smaller devices. Now, this is the Lumia 920, so this is the biggest, or one of the biggest Windows Phone devices available, and it definitely does not, take away very much from the user experience, obviously, but it's interesting to note why they did that. Obviously, you have all the functionality that you're used to here. You can swipe between your home screen, your mentions, and the discovery panel. Now, this is not the up-to-date discovery panel that was introduced a few months ago, or rather a few weeks ago on iOS and Android. This does not consolidate all your tweets and suggested people into one category in one feed. So you have your trending topics here, you have who to follow, and you can browse your categories. So if Twitter kind of consolidates a lot of information into one particular category, and then it gives you people that it recommends you follow based on your location and who you follow already. So that's an interesting addition. I don't know if people are necessarily going to use this, but it's an interesting addition nonetheless. And you can also find friends based on your contact list, and of course you can find different people using search. So I have tweets here that I can search for keywords, or I can actually just swipe to the right and search for people. Now what I've done is I've actually loaded up a live tile here, and I've saved a search, and you can do this where you save a live tile to your home screen, and I can go right in and search for all tweets related to Mobile Syrup, and anything mentioning Mobile Syrup here will be brought up in the Twitter list. And also it'll show up on people, so anybody who's representing Mobile Syrup as well will be brought up over here. So that's a nice, convenient way of doing things. And then to go right back to the app, you can just press the home button, so you don't actually have to exit the app to get back to where you were. Now that's really nice and convenient, and you can also set the font size, so I can set it to small, medium, large. I can use my location. There really isn't much else to the app, unfortunately, just now. What you can do is you can set up push notifications, and you can also set up your lock screen. So if I get a tweet, if I go into settings and I get a tweet, I can actually set it up so that so that I can make sure that the tweets show up on my screen. So here you can see choose apps to show quick status. I have my calls, I have my text messages, and now I have Twitter as my third option there. So that's really convenient, and it's compatible with Windows Phone 8. Obviously, you don't have that same granularity with Windows Phone 7 or 7.5. But let's go back to the main Twitter home screen, and I'll just compare it to 4 of the major, or probably the only major platforms here. So we have Twitter for Windows Phone on the right, Twitter for BlackBerry 10 on the left. We have middle here. We have iPhone, iOS, and then we have Android. I'll just bring that up over here. So you can see actually very similar stylings. Now Windows Phone is the only one that doesn't have the blue bar at the top, but it does actually highlight the category blue once you're there. And obviously with all of these devices you can easily get back to the top of the screen. All 4 of them support push, pull up to release or to refresh, and you can see that they're all very smooth too. But Twitter for iPhone and Twitter for Android seem to show the most information, the most number of tweets on one screen. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You only see 4 on Windows Phone, and you see barely 5 on BlackBerry. So definitely something to keep in mind. Perhaps Twitter will change that down the road. But you know, the more I look at it, the cleaner it looks. Let's go to the new tweet screen for all 4 of these, and you can see it does look very, very clean. And something that you know, stands out to me is just how nice the keyboard looks on Windows Phone, how clean the interface looks on Windows Phone, and the nice iconography here. You can see attaching a photo, a location, or a username is quite easy and looks great. Obviously, you do have a bit more functionality when you delve a little bit deeper into the app. So let's go back here and look at the Discover tab. You can see here on Android and iPhone you have this this beautiful consolidated screen here with suggested users, with trends, with big images as well, and you can see it's almost identical on both. Now Discover on BlackBerry 10 looks very similar to what you'd see on Windows Phone. So let's go back in here, and if I go to Discover, you can see you only see the trends, you can see who to follow, and that's it. It looks a little bit better on Windows Phone. Obviously, it's like this is 3.0, this is 2.0, and this, or sorry, 2.0, and this is on BlackBerry 10 1.0, and you can see just how far along the iPhone and Android apps are compared to Windows Phone and BlackBerry 10. Let's go to the profile page just so you can see how they look on all these devices. So you can see Android and iOS look very similar. You have specific follower counts here, so you can see 1381. On BlackBerry 10, it's interesting, it actually rounds it to the next 100, so I have 1.4K followers on BlackBerry 10, which is, you know, great for my ego, but doesn't really do anything for me because I can't tell anything specific. And on Windows Phone, it looks really, really nice. I really like the font on Windows Phone as well. The other thing to notice is that all 4 of these applications use the new cover image, or the background image that Twitter introduced a few months ago. So all of them are up to date in that sense. You can also edit your profile quite easily on all of these applications. And all of them except for BlackBerry 10 support multiple accounts. So that's something that we hope Twitter is going to integrate in a future version on BlackBerry 10. But I think that Twitter is making a play for consolidation here. It's making sure that all of its apps look the same and feel the same. And they've done a great job here with Windows Phone, just kind of bringing it to the point of looking the same as its peers, but not identical, and using the attributes of Windows Phone that are advantageous to it. So, you know, let's hope that it continues to iterate on this version. We have a great ecosystem here, and unfortunately, because Twitter is kind of pushing out third-party applications, especially with, you know, the recent news of Falcon for Android hitting its token limit, not being able to introduce more users, people are going to be pretty much forced to use forced to use Twitter for Windows Phone, for Android, for iOS, for BlackBerry 10 as their dominant clients going forward, because they're not really opening up those APIs. They're actually closing those APIs to many of the features in future versions with API 1.1, which is being enforced in March. So anyway, that's a kind of a convoluted way of saying that, you know, Twitter is making a play to ensure that all of its apps look and feel the same. Windows Phone doesn't exactly feel the same, but it certainly feels great, and it just performs fantastically. I mean, if you remember those initial apps, Twitter, when it launched in 2010 on Windows Phone, it just performed terribly. It scrolled choppily, it didn't load quickly. This supports fast resume, so if I go out of the app and I go into another app here, and then I go back, it'll load immediately. There's no wait at all, obviously. So this has been a quick look at all of the major Twitter apps available for each mobile platform. This has been a more extensive look at Twitter for Windows Phone as well. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. This is Daniel from Mobile Syrup.